Now one of the feature of classes is that they can have static methods that we can create using the static keyword. Now static methods are methods that belongs to the class itself, not to the objects of the class. They are usually used to create utility functions that are not tied to a specific object. For example, let's say we want to create a compare function in this student class. So we can compare two students based on their grades. And now to create this method, here we can write static keyword because we want to create a static method. Then the name of the method that we want to create is compare, and this method takes two parameters, and these are student1 and student2, like this. And in here we are going to check if student1 dot grade is greater than student2 dot grade. In this case we are going to log student1 dot name has a higher grade than student2 dot name, and as if student1 grade is less than student2 grade, then we are going to log student2 dot name has a higher grade than student1 dot name. And for our else block, we are going to write student1 dot name and student2 dot name have the same grade. And now to use this static method, we need two students. So first student is Bob, and now I am going to create our second student, which is Kevin. And here the name of the student is Kevin, age is 24, and grade is B, like this. Now to use our static method, we need to use the name of the class followed by the dot notation and the name of the method. Now the name of the class is student, as you can see here. So student, and then the method name is compare, like this. And here we are going to provide our students, and these are Bob and Kevin, like this. Now if I hit save, you can see that Kevin has a higher grade than Bob. Now again, this compare method is a static method, which means that it belongs to the class itself, not to the objects of the class. And we can use it to compare any two students based on their grades. Now another feature of classes is that they can have private properties. Now private properties are properties that are only accessible within the class, and we cannot access these properties outside of the class, and they are useful when we want to hide or protect some data or functionality from external access or modification. For example, let's say we want to add a private property called password to our student class. Now to create a private property called password to this student class that represents the password of the student account, first we need to write the name of the private field with the hashtag symbol, like this. Then here we are going to add another parameter, which is the password, and after this, in our constructor function, we are going to write this dot hash password is equal to password, like this. Now after this, we are going to use getter and setter to access this property outside of the class. Now here we are going to create a get method using get keyword. So get password, Now here this password method will return this dot hash password like this. And after this, to set this password, we are going to create a setter. So set password. Now here this method has one parameter, which is the new value that we want to set for this password. And here we are going to validate the password, and we can write if value dot length is less than 8. In this case, we are going to log password must be at least 8 characters long like this. And else we are going to return this dot hash password is equal to value like this. And after this, we are going to provide the student Bob a password like 12456789. Now to get the value of this password, we can write Bob dot password, and if I hit save, you can see we have the password of this student. Now to set a new password for this student, we can write Bob dot password is equal to 23 90 87 65. Now if I hit save, you can see our password is now changed. So basically, we are accessing this password field using these getter and setter methods. And by using these methods, we are accessing this private property inside of our class. Now just to show you that we cannot access this property outside of the class because this is a private property, I am just commenting these two methods. Now if I hit save, and now if we access this property which is bob.password, and if I hit save, you can see we have undefined in our console. Or if we write hash password, then you can see we have an uncaused error private field must be declared in an enclosing clause. So basically, we are accessing a private property outside of the class. So these properties that we create using this hash prefix, we can access these properties only inside of our class. Like we were using this password property in our get password and set password method. Now one of the benefits of using private properties is that they enable encapsulation, which is one of the principles of object oriented programming. Encapsulation is the process of hiding and securing the internal details of an object and exposing only the necessary interface to the outside world. This way, we can prevent unwanted or unauthorized access or modification of the object's data or functionality. For example, in our student class, we have encapsulated this password property and we exposed only this getter and setter method to the outside world. This way, we can prevent anyone from accessing or modifying the password property directly. And we can also add some logic and validation to the getter and setter methods. We can also change the implementation of the password property, such as using encryption or hashing without affecting the users of the student class. So this is how we can use encapsulation in JavaScript classes to hide and secure the internal details of an object and expose only necessary interface to the outside world. So these are some features and capabilities of JavaScript classes. I hope you found this video helpful and informative. If you did, please give it a thumbs up And don't forget to subscribe to join this web development journey with us. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Keep coding and keep creating. I will see you in the next video.